Good morning and welcome back to Sunrise and all our Sunrisers. Good morning to you. Big ups to Pauline Forrester. Is it? Yes, Michaela? Good morning to Pauline and good morning to everybody watching on our YouTube channel. Please remember to hit the like and subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you will know when we're on so you can join us right here. Now, did you go to church on Sunday? Well,
or Sabbath.
Or Sabbath, right? Sabbath keepers, you know, get a quarterly. Me a turn back Adventist.
Gotta represent.
You know, send me turn back a mother, you send me, you know.
Not true. I know
But the
your
Poke
fault.
and the Pepsi. Poke.
Not true.
Oh my God. Yeah. So if you went to Sabbath school or you went to Sabbath church or, you know, or Sunday, well, this mic check, you want to check this out with Rushcam and Johnmark Wiggans, our very own Johnmark Wiggans, their take on church hurt in a recent episode of No NDA Rushcam's podcast. Check it out and let me know what you think, because is it really that the church causes the hurt, or is it the people within the church that should be, you know, looked at, or is there a separation of the church and the people, or are they inextricably linked? Take a look at this video. Let me know your thoughts.
Church, I see people get hurt, but for the most part, I saw people get hurt from gossip. It hard to say you got hurt from something that was a rule. The rules say X, and you do X. And a touch of punishment is associated with it. You can't tell me you get hurt so. But how the people them drag you? Tell me say they hurt there with how them handle it with their mouth.
When I look back now, like literally while you were talking, I had two flashbacks of moments when I was like, me never like how them deal with this. I know really, me never like what the structure and what the rule did. Me never like how them and how it was handled post-event.
Yeah.
And what was said post-event.
Yeah. So tell me what really hurt then. Isn't it how they chose to handle it when it was them? When them get catching in hot water. Yeah, say, but
right.
You reflect and you say, oh, no handle my body, no, but let me wait and see how you handle yourself. And you say, but wait, how so much grace are going on? How it a hush so much now?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
That's really where hurt coming. When we experience injustice. Because it would have been justice if you do it to me and you the same way.
And what a lot of people call injustice is hypocrisy as well. Like they're just like, boy, there is an imbalance in the way that this is being handled.
Donkey did say it long time.
Donkey said we're on a level.
Interesting perspectives.
Yeah.
First of all, Johnmark, he's one of the youth leaders at Go for God Family Church.
Yes.
And Go for God Family Church actually last year, around this time, did a great series on church hurt.
Oh, yeah.
So there are a couple of messages about that I would recommend if anybody wants to kind of find a more biblical guidance on it. I would go to that, just search for it on YouTube. But the reality is that, here's how I look at it. The church is the people. The church is not the building. So I'm going to church. The church is the gathering, the corporate, yeah? And so there is no church without the people. And so sometimes people try to split hairs between the word and religious organization, because some of the times the things in the church or the rule or the precept or the principle is there, but then some of it is like, is that God or is that
man?
Or is that people?
Yeah,
you
people,
know?
yeah.
And sometimes man create rules in order to keep people organized.
Right.
And so like if you feel like you want to eat pork and drink Pepsi, maybe you don't stay in a church and eat pork and drink Pepsi. Maybe go to a different church.
Right, right.
You know?
Right.
And don't stay there in an argument with people. So I think that we are going to offend people. Here's how I've learned over time to appreciate it. We are going to offend people.
We meaning the church?
We, as in humans, are going to offend people. And if you go to church, you're not going to church with monkeys. You're going to church with humans. They're going to offend you. It must happen. But here's the other thing. you are also one of those flawed humans. You have to open yourself to the possibility that you're going to say something where you never should have said.
I think, though, for me, church hurt is very real, and I've heard about it, right? And it
I've
happens.
experienced it.
And what I think is, for a lot of people, we're outside in the secular world. People throw darts at you and be very, unempathetic. A lot of people think expect grace in the church. And I tend to find that there is a lot of hypocrisy, as Rushcam mentioned, because what is good for the goose isn't always good for the gander, and how people deal with things. And then you're saying, if you're coming from a Christ-like position, should you come at me with that kind of venom or vitriol, or is it that you should come and take me aside and, let's talk about it, or again, offer me some grace? Because, as you said, I'm a flawed human. I am not perfect. I am prone to mistakes. So does that mean that you should ostracize me? Does that mean that, because it's evangelist Dennis do it and brother Dennis do it, but little me, who's just a church, quote-unquote, little church member, then you want to highlight my stuff. So, but my thing is, the takeaway is, I don't allow or won't allow the people to infringe on my relationship with God or the word and what I want to do, because invariably people are people and people are going to be peopling, right? So it's like I tell people, when I throw my offering or my tithe, right? No pastor can rob me. Because at the end of the day, I gave with a good heart, a pure heart.
And it wasn't towards him, it was towards you're giving it to God. If you want to misappropriate the funds, if you want to do whatever with it, it's on you. God are going to stop you like Saul on Damascus Road, right? But I'm not going to say because I get hurt at a church or because I know church people may be hypocritical. There are also great people at church. Exactly.
So me I go same way.
But here's the thing, and I like people in offering grace. So you, as a human being, know that I have the capacity to hurt I have the capacity to offend my wife. And my wife has the capacity to offend me. And today might be the day when she offend me and me vex. But guess what? There is coming a day when I got offend her. And because you offend each other doesn't mean that the marriage should be over. You follow what I'm saying? And I know I'm going to need her to offer me some grace. There might be a day. Today when me up, me have to care for how me exercise and be up and be right. You understand? Because there's coming a day when me have to go humble myself and say sorry. And in the same way, in church, I think that people need to appreciate that we're all rough around the edges. And because we're rough around the edges, I might brush against you and scrape you. And you might brush against me. Today for you, tomorrow for me. And we all need, because we need community. And I think the plan of the enemy is to take us out of community. And that's why I said to you that I'm not going to allow, or would not allow, a meter. So we're going to wrap right now. But that's why I'm saying, for me, church hurt doesn't stop me from still loving Christ and still wanting his mercy, because at the end of the day, I'm the big man. And so if I, for example, go to a church and I'm offended, or I offend somebody, I'll just find a different congregation or find a different area. But that doesn't mean I'm going to stop going or not believing. You know what I mean? So that's just my thing. And some people, if you've committed that this is your community and this is your congregation, don't leave and go to another place. Maybe you should stay and fix it. True. Yeah. Okay. All right. Food for thought. That's it for Mic Check. Up next, TK talks property insurance with BCIC. Stay with us.